We live with it, baby, and we live. Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy Young Zig, aka King Shadow 35. The government, you already know what it is. Justin Ziegler. That's for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? They gotta know who I am. But yeah, like I was saying, man, happy Thanksgiving. Today's all about family, friends, food, good time, prosperity, and just being very humble about everything that you have in your life. So I hope everyone out there that is watching this had a very good Thanksgiving and they appreciate everything that they have in their life and their family and their friends. Because I sure as hell know I do. I don't know about y'all, but I'm fucking stuffed. I had a fat ass meal and only finished about half my plate. So I'm chilling, sipping on a beer slowly. But let's get right into this episode. So today, we're going to talk about Boruto, the new episode of Boruto and Naruto Next Generations. We're on episode 34. We've come a long way in the past year, because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Boruto started in the month of February. So, and we're going on November. It's been a long, damn near 10 months, 10, 11 months. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of filler, a lot of BS that we could have used without, but that's what makes the story, that's what makes the anime good, and that is what's going to set up and entail for the future of the story. So yeah, episode 34. Basically, this week's episode was all about Boruto stressing over the fact that they're getting ready to graduate from the Ninja Academy. He thinks that when they graduate that he's never going to talk to the same people that he's come to, cherish, love, and be around constantly, which is completely false because, as we all know, in Naruto Shippuden and in the original Naruto series, shit happens, people bicker, but in the end of this, at the end of the day, they're always going to be there. People die, main characters die, don't ever forget that, but the thought of people never go away. It's always an ongoing and reoccurring event. So, yeah, so the episode starts off, they're sitting in a room, him and Sadara, and Sadara basically just calls him an idiot. He's like, Boruto, you need to stop thinking about this stuff. It doesn't matter. Do you? Once we graduate, why do you want to care and think about what other people are doing? But you got to think about the fact that Naruto was really neglected as a kid. His father being the Hokage, having to be there for the whole village. And you also got to remember that Naruto considers the whole village as his family. So he's not just protecting his family, he's protecting his whole family, the village. Because if it wasn't for the village, he would not be the person he is today. So there's a little bit of misunderstanding between him and Sadara. Sadara gets a little bit confused on why he's thinking about things like this. So she goes to her mother, Sakura, and basically brings up this whole situation that, Boruto said at school. And Sakura's just like, it doesn't really matter. Like, people come and go, they stay in your life, they leave. It's bound to happen. But just know that the friends that I had back when I was your age are still my friends today. So no matter what, keep your mind open. Basically is what I got from that. She kind of got in her feelings a little bit, kind of got in her head, started thinking like, damn, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm in the wrong for saying this to Boruto. Which I kind of think she is in the wrong. She's been nothing but kind of a wise ass this whole series. That's the Uchiha way, you know what I'm saying? Like, Sasuke was like that, Itachi was like that, like, fucking badasses. Come on, man. Chia clan, Sharingan. But, yeah. So they all meet up at this burger joint, and they're all sitting there bullshitting. Boruto's by himself because he just left school. All his friends left before him, and he's sitting there eating, and he happens to see Shikadai, Chocho, and Sai, and Ino's kid. Sorry, I forgot his name right now. I'm like I said, I'm drinking a little bit, having a good time. It's Thanksgiving, so don't mind me. But he sees them, and he's just like, "What are you doing, guys? We were supposed to go home together." And they're like, "Oh, sorry, man. Like our parents have been on our ass. Like we're dead tired. We're beat. We had to leave." Boruto kind of understands, so they sit down, they talk a little bit, and this is where Mitsuki's a real fucking sneak, yo. And this is how I know, I already know, but this is how I knew, and I know that he's Orochimaru's son. Motherfucker just pops out of nowhere. No one even fucking notices that shit either. Motherfucker just pops up right next to fucking Boruto. Like, yo, why are you like this? He's just like, what? When the fuck did you get here? It's pretty funny. But yeah, they're all sitting there bullshitting, and they see this advertisement come on the TV about this internal carp fish. It's a fish, the internal carp. It's supposed to have the best flavor that you're never going to forget ever in your life. So Boruto pretty much comes up with the scheme to basically get all his friends together and go on a camping trip to go catch this carp, to have one last group memory before they all graduate. And they all meet up and they agree, let's go do this. And then, yeah, fast forward a little bit, we get into the episode. They get to the fishing hole. This place is stocked. Sorry for that. I just hit my laptop and my phone slid down. This fishing hole is stocked with all this carp. So they're all down there trying to fish, trying to catch this thing. Boruto actually is the only motherfucker that snags that shit. Go figure, right? Main character. But, so initially, he gets this carp and everyone's just like, chill out, dude. You need to reel it in slow. You're gonna snap the line. And Boruto's in such a rush, trying to rush this whole thing through, that he doesn't realize that, you know, what he really wants the most, he's kind of pushing away at this point right now in the episode. Fast forward a little bit further, they go. It's around like nighttime, dusk. They're all around a campfire. Boruto's pissed off that he lost the fish that he was so desperately trying to get for his friends so they can remember this night. And they're all eating this curry, and he's just down in the dumps, down in his feelings, in his head to the max. And he just kind of just feels like he's distant at this point. Until I think about maybe 30 seconds later, something snaps in his head, and he's just like, no, I'm going to do this one last time, and I'm going to make sure I do it right, and I'm going to get this fish. So he picks up his rod, he's out, dead set on a mission, mind right there, he wants to get this done. Sadara and the class rep see this, and I find this funny because Sadara doesn't want to do shit. She's just like, nah, fuck this, I don't feel like fucking always looking after Boruto. Class rep looks at Sadara and just like, Sadara's just like, fuck, alright, fine, let's go do this. So they leave, they go meet up with Boruto. Boruto's got his line in the water, reel in hand, and he, like I said, dead set on catching this fish. Sadara and the class rep sit down right next to him, and Sadara, pretty much from what she got from talking to her mother, Sakura, is that maybe she was a little bit wrong, maybe a little bit too pushy, hot-tempered, and said some things that she probably shouldn't have said, and it got Boruto to the point of where he's at in the episode for yesterday. I was going to say today. But, yeah, it's a lot of learning experiences. You get to see them come in full round. Like, they're actually starting to mature a lot. And like I said, we're getting towards the end where they're about to graduate. They're about to become Genin, full-fledged ninja. So they're sitting there, Sadara's like, alright, well, maybe I shouldn't have said this, and Bart's just like, it's whatever, and they're bickering back and forth, throwing shade left and right. Kind of funny, to be honest with you, because even though Sadara apologizes to Boruto flips the script on her, and he's just like, well, maybe you were right in the beginning. Funny as shit. And in the midst of this conversation, lo and behold, what do you think happens? Boruto hooks the goddamn fucking carp. Alright? This is where shit gets interesting. He's sitting there trying to reel this fucking fish in, almost fucking falls over a cliff, and Sadara goes to grab him, and pretty much holding him back so he doesn't fall in. This is where this shit gets really fucked up and turns around. Class rep, in the very beginning of the actual series, she had this creature, this summoning creature, called the Nu, which is 3 parts of a beast, all a different beast. I think it's a tiger, a monkey, and something else. I forget the third part. Sorry, I should really be doing better homework. It's only my 3rd episode, but it was supposed to be sealed away. But obviously, this does not happen. She, out of nowhere, decides I really want to be a ninja. So she bites the finger, summons this shit, and pulls out a fucking miniature version of the Nu. Crazy. I thought that shit was gone. nah, it's back, and it's here to stay, to be honest with you, which is going to be very fun to see later on in the series. I'll say that. But yeah, she helps Sadara and Boruto to reel this fish in, and next thing you know, you see everybody else in the class, Denki, Shikadai, I forget his name, the dude that does the Earth Jutsu. Please help me out, guys. Drop the comment. I feel like an idiot right now. But, moral of the story is that everything that Boruto wanted didn't happen until he kind of fully realized that, you know, no matter what really happens, friendship will always be there. And it took the whole team, his whole friend group, to reel this fish in. And I thought that was really symbolic. I really liked it. The thing that he wanted the most that he wasn't seeing finally happened for him at the end in the most unique and odd way at the same time. I thought that was a very good plot twist on it. And that's pretty much the episode. It's a life learning experience. It's a lot of filler. The past 2 episodes, maybe 3, after the end of the previous arc, which was fucking amazing. Holy shit. Mitsuki, Boruto, both showing off jutsus that I didn't even fucking know they had. That you don't even see in the movie. Sadara going up against that one chick with the lightning style, busting her ass. Shit. With the Sharingan, I was going off, man, screaming at my phone. But that's neither here nor there. We're talking about the ongoing and current arc that's, you know, placing out over the series. Yeah, it's pretty much just bullshit, but a lot of it does have to tie in what is coming into the future. One key part to the end of the episode that I did notice, and I really do, I forget his name, guys. One of the Otsutsuki clan members that lives on the moon, Toneri? I think that's what it is, Toneri. Basically, he's just sitting there, like, talking about Boruto again, because he was the one that gave him his ocular jutsu. His, what is it called? The Jogen, that's what it is. That's what it was. The Jogen. And it's interesting to see that, because they've been dropping subtle hints here and there of what's going to come in Boruto Shippuden. Name's up in the air. Who really gives a fuck at this point? But that was one of the things I actually really did enjoy, is that they foreshadowed Toneri and Boruto, how their paths are pretty much intertwined. Other than that, next week's episode is going to be another filler. Don't expect too much out of it. You know, if you do see some things, it's going to be minor detail here and there. I wouldn't really stress over it. I'm actually glad I didn't watch it Wednesday. It was a good episode, but it wasn't worth watching it right away. So yeah, that pretty much sums up my summary for this episode of Boruto. I hope you guys all have a good night. I hope you guys are having a great Thanksgiving. Make sure you subscribe and pound the shit out of that like button. I need all the support I can get right now. I'm just still at that position where I'm so brand new. I need to get myself out there, you know, marketed it, and put across all different kind of platforms. So don't be afraid to share my videos. Shout out my boy Chris Sipple. Shout out my boy Sheldon Fogel. Shout out my brother Brandon. Shout out Adam Pfeiffer. If you want to fucking hear some real dead-ass podcasts on some sports shit, you're going to fucking listen to Adam Pfeiffer. That motherfucker knows what he's talking about. I don't really watch sports like that, but I know he's the fucking real deal, so don't sleep on him, alright? And watch how you talk in my name. Peace.